should always have a summon weapon with you to provide extra damage. It also does come in handy when you're building. Hey guys, it's Mike here. I'm back more Terraria. Now, unfortunately, Josue isn't here right now since he is sleeping. So right now I'm making this video at 1:28 in the morning on the 5th of June 2025. But yeah, we're back more Terraria. In the last episode, we got started, we built this little house, and we did manage to get a ton of loot, including this Abigail's flower, which I should put back in my inventory and favorite. There we go. And I also got a ton of accessories and even a gem hook. Yeah, we started off pretty well. Now, we do have this guy, Asher. He is our guide here. Be advised that certain creatures only come out during rain. Okay, then. So, yeah, as I said, we're back more Terraria, and so yeah, like I said, I already got a ton of good stuff. So, in the last episode, I said that I want to build a better house, so here, let me show you what I have to work with right here. Okay. So, in the last episode, I've discovered these two living wood trees, and they're connected. Now, I also said that I love to build houses out of living wood trees. It's a unique experience every time. Like, pretty much no combination of living wood trees is the same, so it can really make some unique houses. So that's what I'm going to be doing in this episode. So yeah, Josue said that he was fine if I was to make an episode on my own, since he knows how much I love this game and how much I love to stay up late. So I guess, let's get to building a house. So, when I was searching those trees, I also found a leaf wand and a living wood wand. And I could also use these vine ropes. It would make for a nice aesthetic. Alright, and I have some wood with me. And also, the living wood loom is down there. So, yep, there it is. It's just called a living loom, but whatever. And I should probably collect these fallen stars for Josue since he wants to be a mage. Hold on, let me turn off my desk lamp. There we go, that'll make it a little easier for me to see. Alright. Okay. So yeah, Josue knows that I really love to build in Terraria, so this will be like my little favor to him. Alright. I don't know. Okay, so I have a lot to work with. Let's see. How wide is that? I need it to be at least like... Okay, so I guess I could make this 2 blocks wide. Normally I'd want it to be 5, so there's 3 blocks of space to move up. Hold on, let me take care of these zombies. With my boomerang, this should be pretty easy. And this demon eye. Although on expert mode, they do a lot of damage. Alright, there. Took care of those. And hopefully another Abigail's flower will spawn soon so Josue can have his own summon. So it doesn't matter what class you are in Terraria, unless you're playing some kind of class challenge, you should always have a summon weapon with you to provide extra damage. It also does come in handy when you're building. You know what? I don't know exactly what it's called. I think it's called a preview. That's gonna be the preview. Yeah, that's gonna be the preview. Yeah, talk about easy with this enchanted boomerang. Oh yeah, I forgot my Abigail's flower. Maybe that could also be part of the preview. Yeah, I forgot that I actually had this. How silly of me as a summoner. But I am surprised I managed to get Abigail this early. Alright, enough fooling around, I guess let's get to building. So... Alright, so I guess I'll have it 2 blocks on this side. And Abigail can, of course, take care of these monsters. Since that's another good thing about summoned weapons, they can take care of threats as you build, or you go fishing. And of course, like, Abigail is providing extra damage. Wait a minute, she's barely doing anything. I mean, is it kind of stunning the zombies and the monsters? It doesn't matter. What matters is that she's a summoned weapon. Probably craft some doors. Wait, no gravestone? Oh, there is a gravestone. I should probably craft some doors. I'll need 4 of them. I should... And another fallen star for Josue. Alright, to add like more life to these videos, so I did say this in my previous video, but one thing I'm gonna try to do more often is story time with Mike. So I did briefly mention how like I use the water bolt on the 3DS version of Terraria, so I guess I should also explain more about the 3DS version of Terraria. Now, oh dang it, let me take care of this demon eye. Alright, so the 3DS version of Terraria, it never updated to update 1.3, and I remember seeing a video about someone saying, oh yeah, I'm super excited. You know what, I guess I can equip this. It'll do something. So I remember, like, watching someone play the 3DS version of Terraria, and they were like, oh yeah, I'm super excited for the Moon Lord to come out along, like, the Celestial Pillars and stuff. I can only imagine their disappointment when they found out that's not going to happen. Another raincoat. What am I gonna do with another raincoat? Tell me, guys. Other than give it to Josue, who's sleeping right now. Hopefully, Abigail attacking those zombies isn't too annoying. Yeah, it seems that she can only take down 1 hit point at a time. But hey, it's something. Wait, I think Abigail does deal a little less damage than the Finch Staff. Anyways, it is good to tag on extra damage. And speaking of extra damage, before summoned weapons ever came to Terraria, the console and mobile versions of Terraria added pets. There were 6 of them. Now 4 of them could deal damage. I think the pets were a guinea pig, slime, zombie, bat, hornet, but it started with the T because I did play the 3DS version, so I think it's called a Tefilla, and a werewolf. Alright, let me state those again. A guinea pig, a slime, a zombie, a Tefilla, which is just a hornet, a bat, and a werewolf. Now 4 of those pets could deal damage, the slime and the guinea pig couldn't, and it's ironic since you would expect the slime to deal damage because it's meant to be a hostile mob. So, like, those could deal a little extra damage, but it wasn't really much. I think the strongest one was the werewolf, and it could deal about 6 damage. So it's not much. Not really a viable strategy. But it was something. This was before summon weapons really were in the game. I think summon weapons were added in 1.2. Yeah, I was talking about with Josue, and even then the only summon weapons you can get were the slime staff, the pygmy staff, and the raven staff. So they basically had no early game, and it wasn't until update 1.2.4 where Realogic actually decided to give the summoner class some love. And it took until 1.4 and a little bit after that for summoners to have more of an early game. Alright, so it is daytime now, but looks like it is a month soon. And this is actually the music that it plays when you play the tutorial on the 3DS version of Terraria. So yeah, like, if you guys have a 3DS, I would say you should definitely check out Terraria for it, because it is a very interesting experience. Like, basically, I recommend that everyone goes on to an older version of Minecraft or Terraria. Because you go into the game thinking, it's just going to be the current version of the game, but with a lot less stuff. But in reality, it can actually be very different, because you gotta remember that oftentimes, updates weren't just things that were added, but it was also quality of life improvements. Like, enemies were often tweaked, like, stuff like that. Also, mobility could have also, like, changed and stuff. Also, I remember, like, going onto the Minecraft launcher and selecting version 1.8. This was before the infamous combat update. And I wanted to see what it was like. I don't really play a lot of Java. I'm mostly a Bedrock player because I find it easier to play with friends, so I can play with my buddies like Josue. But I noticed that, like, ships didn't really seem to drop any wool. I'm not sure if that was, like... I'm not sure if the drop rate was actually that low, or if it was just something like a bug or something, or if I was just extremely unlucky, but that was also back when villages didn't have beds. So my only way to get wool was to try to farm spiders and get her string in order to make wool, but that was like pretty hairy. So yeah, maybe if you're going to go on version 1.8, maybe go on a little bit after that, just to be safe. Oh, maybe those zombies have too much defense, so Abigail can't really target them or, like, do a lot of damage to them. Yeah, maybe they have too much defense for Abigail to handle, so she can only do 1 damage at a time. Because a lot of them did have raincoats. Alright, so right now it is 1:42 in the morning. Alright, so as I said, like, I love building houses out of living trees, since you never know where it's gonna take you. As I said, like, none of them are exactly the same, so it's just a new experience every time building one. Oh yeah, I forgot the copper pickaxe had -1 durability. Not durability, range. Thinking of Minecraft there. So yeah, the first thing that I like to do is I like to structure out the rooms using the living wood wand. Once I have that, I'll then, like, just decide which walls to add in. I think I'll make this room a little bigger. Alright, maybe that could be Josue's bedroom. Alright, I guess I can make a room here, so I have a platform. And of course, like, it can be a little, like, exposed here, because that's how trees are. Hold on. So, I don't see anything that says it gives you extra range. Alright, maybe this is where I'll connect the two. Ooh, maybe I could try something here. Yeah, this could be like a little hallway. And then they connect from this point. Yeah. See? Lots of possibilities when you craft your house out of a living wood tree. Yeah, like, the possibilities are endless. Hey, look, looks like the clouds are going away. So now it's finally sunny. Wonder if I could make a room from here. See what I mean? Like, just so many possibilities. Maybe this could be my own bedroom. You know, like, I feel like some of my best builds come out when, instead of trying to have nature work around me, I work around nature. And that comes with things like the living wood trees. Wonder if Josue collected any sand while he was in the desert. I could probably use it to make some windows. Alright, so that's looking good so far. But there's still a few things we could do. So we need to add a bathroom, a kitchen, a living room. The bathroom's not really necessary, but they're nice to have to make everything feel a little more homely. And also have rooms divided by leaves. And also, about this block swapping mechanic, when I was playing 3DS Terraria, there was no such thing as block swapping. So building was just a little bit more frustrating. Sure, it wasn't too bad, but when you start to, like, really get used to these quality of life improvements, when you go back to a version without them, it really hits you like a train. So yeah, so be grateful of these quality of life improvements Relogic made to their game. And if you go back to an older version, be prepared to live through a Terraria without these. Otherwise, it'll really bite you like it did for me. Let's see. So I'm gonna need a storage room. It's gonna be this. Since me and Josue are going to come across many different types of loot during our adventure. There's in this world. So we're gonna need a big storage room. So that's what I'm gonna dedicate this for. Maybe that could be the crafting station? Or maybe the kitchen. I don't know, it could be anything. Let's see how big this is. So I need it to be an even number, since chests are 2 blocks wide. Okay, so that's 23. So I'll add an extra one here, and let's just double check that. Yep. So I'll be able to add, to make sure that there is still some space, I'm going to add 10 chests on each layer. So I'll have 20 chests in this room. And I'll make it 5 blocks tall. So there will be space for 20 chests. Oh yeah, and there is an option to modify. Never mind. So there is an option to turn off block swap. So if you want to try to practice getting into old gen Terraria, that would be your way to do it. Okay then. So I could always make some changes, but I think that's going to be Josue's bedroom. This is going to be the storage room. This is going to be the bathroom. This is going to be my bedroom. Let's see, maybe could be like a mix of a dining room and a living room. Hold on. Alright, and you want the unevenness really makes this stand out as like something that where I worked around nature. What time is it now? 1:52. Okay, I think I'm gonna have the crafting station be right here. And I have the living wood wand, or like the living leaf wand. Just the leaf wand. in case I need to make any adjustments. Maybe I could have like a balcony somewhere. Okay then, so I guess a basic house should have a bedroom, a living room, a kitchen, and a bathroom. Because, yeah, that's just what makes a house a house. So, bedrooms, living room, and dining room, kitchen, storage, workshop, bathroom, so more than enough already. So I guess I can make more rooms, and I can discuss with Josue what we could use them for. I mean, they can always be like houses for the NPCs. I guess I can add another room there. I guess I should add a torch down just to make it easier for me to build. Oh yeah, these could be NPC bedrooms. Maybe I can even make an observatory for the zoologist, even though she's more into zoology, not really astronomy, but whatever. Still be like her little lab. You know, I'll have like a little area to get on the roof from here. So we could collect things like fallen stars and stuff, or just handle any mobs that decide to get on top. There we go. And come to think of it, there should probably be a place where there's a door. You know, to make it not like look like stick out like a sore thumb so much, I'll add some leaves to it. Yeah, I think Josue will like this. It can also like resemble a little chimney. Alright, well, I think that's pretty good already. And Abigail's fighting a zombie. Maybe there's something I could add right here. Yeah, it would look like a little treehouse, but then the whole area, like the whole building, is a treehouse. Okay. Alright, so I think there's a lot I could work with over here, especially since, yeah, there's even more rooms down here because those were some that I explored already. What is that? What is this? Oh, just a pot. Alright then. So yeah, guys, like, I had a lot of fun building this house. So it is 1:58 right now, but I guess I'll end the video off here. So yeah, guys, this was a lot of fun building the house. Alright then, so in the next video I'll just be furnishing up the house a little bit, add walls, and just basically, it'll be a surprise for Josue. Hold on, I should add one more thing there, just for the door. So yeah guys, that's about it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!